Hey everybody, welcome back to Warcraft Brew. This is episode 13? 14?
13, I think.
13?
Yeah, 13.
I think we're on 13.
Oh yeah.
It's been a heck of a week. My name is Quissy.
And I'm Pasta Face.
And welcome back. We're happy to be back. We're happy that you guys could join us. A lot has happened in the past week, a lot.
I am well, and you are now sick.
Yeah, now I'm the sick one, and she is fine. So, funny how that happens.
Just roommate things.
But yeah, like no sooner did we finish our last episode, we were talking about how you were under the weather, and that was the day you were starting to finally feel better.
Right.
The next day, I published the video, and then I got sick that day. So. I'm not gonna lie, it's been a really rough week. Couldn't really do much for like 3 days. And we'll touch on this, but you went on a work trip to San Francisco.
Yeah, that's right.
So I was alone by myself for 3 days.
Cool, thanks for taking care of me and everything, but I gotta go.
Thanks
Bye.
for getting me sick. See you later. I'm going across the country now. But yeah, you were in San Francisco from what, Wednesday to
Friday? I mean, I guess
Saturday
early
night.
Saturday. I just wanted to be the hell home, so I took a red eye on Friday night, and I landed around 9 a.m. Eastern time Saturday morning, which was fun. That was fun and exciting.
Okay.
And by fun and exciting, I mean it was absolutely horrible, and I never really have a really good experience for any work trip that I have, except for New Orleans. I do have to say that has been the only consistent one.
You've been there twice.
I've been
New Orleans.
Yeah,
New Orleans.
New Orleans. Yeah, I've been there twice. Had a great time at both.
So you didn't like San Francisco?
No, I was not a fan. But I feel like whenever I have a really stressful event, I don't get to explore the city very much, and therefore I just naturally have a bad time.
Well, yeah, I feel like you should reword it where you're like, you don't necessarily hate San Francisco, you hated the event that you had to attend in San Francisco.
Yeah. I'm not quite fond of the shit in the streets too. I gotta be honest. That's not cool.
Shit in the streets?
There is actual shit in the streets. But what I did love, and I felt so American after this, there was an In-N-Out right next to a Krispy Kreme. And I've never been to an In-N-Out before. So I quickly tweeted something out saying like, hey, what should I get?
Yeah.
A lot of people were like, no, don't. You're going to get disappointed. Just get out. Which, I gotta be honest, all we have here in New York is like McDonald's, Burger King, and maybe a White Castle.
We have Five Guys.
Yeah, you're right, we got Five Guys.
What's the other one?
We got White Castle.
I think there's another one that...
Wendy's.
There's one in Manhattan, in one of the parks. Bryant Park?
Oh, Shake Shack?
Shake Shack, yeah.
Shake
yeah.
Shack.
Is that Bryant Park?
I've
never had a Shake Shack, and I don't know if that's a New York thing, East Coast thing.
I don't know. All of those except for, Wendy's, I think is the strongest one out of all of those options.
Wendy's is pretty baller, yeah.
Yeah. But I've never been to an In-N-Out before, and I do have to say, like, in comparison, that's like pretty top tier. So,
okay.
I had a great time. A lot of people suggested I get a 4x4. And
what is a 4x4?
Yeah, so naturally it sounds big.
Yeah, that sounds big.
And if you know me, I eat 2 bites of any meal and I'm automatically full. So
this is true.
I eat like a bird. And a 4x4 is exactly how it sounds. It's just 4 patties wedged in between a bun. And I think they have
4
cheese.
patties?
Yeah,
oh my
4
God.
burger patties wedged in between the buns. And I think there's cheese in between each layer, and I got the works. And then I got a side of animal fries.
Okay.
Which was pretty hell yeah. I ate as much as I could. I have to say I got like halfway through the 4x4. So I got halfway.
Okay, that's good for you.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
I finished all the fries.
Wow.
So yeah, those fries were awesome. The animal style fries.
What's on the animal style fries?
The animal style fries, they have like these cool caramelized onions.
Okay.
And I say caramel. I don't say caramel.
Caramel. Yeah.
So they have those on top of like the secret sauce and then cheese on top of fries. And it is so good. I thoroughly enjoyed myself.
I gotta try that.
Yeah,
next
yeah.
time.
Listen, people were telling me to go big or go home. And so I went big, and then about like 24 hours later, I went home.
Yeah. So you heeded their advice.
Yeah. So I ate half that burger right then and there, and then an hour passed. I saved that burger. I ate the remaining half. Like, that's how good I loved In-N-Out.
Wow.
And I'm not saying that like to spite the people that are not fond of it and share their opinion that they weren't fond of it. No. In comparison to like Burger King and what we got up here, I loved it. Oh my God.
Good.
Burger King's eh.
I mean, I'm glad you had a good experience with In-N-Out.
And so as soon as we got out of In-N-Out, we rolled right next door into Krispy Kreme and got like I was with my I was with my crew, and we got several donuts each. So then we proceeded to eat like 2-3 donuts after that. And I'm not joking, it wasn't like half an hour after that, it wasn't 2 hours after that. It was 10 minutes after eating In-N-Out. We rolled on over and ate 4 donuts each.
4 each?
4 each.
I thought you said you had 2 donuts. 4?
Did I? What?
You know, she's one of those people who doesn't get fat either. So like she could eat like this probably like most days of the week and she doesn't get fat. Just pisses me off. I eat like that for one day, I gain 5 pounds.
Are you serious?
It's terrible. It's terrible. If I ate 4 donuts, oh my God. Forget about the In-N-Out on top of that. God.
So,
you got them skinny jeans.
hell yeah, dude. I wanted to go to the Mrs. Doubtfire house. I was working about 15 minutes away, a 15-minute drive away from the Mrs. Doubtfire house. And
Legend.
It was...
Legendary house.
Legendary, yes. And my event was such a shit show that I couldn't get to that house. So hopefully one day we could both go back to San Fran and have a better experience than what I currently did. Though the combo In-N-Out Krispy Kreme was pretty tits.
Well, I'm glad you enjoyed it. And yeah, something to look forward to when we go back to Cali. I know you always hear conflicting opinions. Some people praise In-N-Out. Some people think it's overrated. Some people hate it. So
Both are right.
That's everything in life.
Yeah.
You get haters, you get lovers, and everything in between. But that's cool, yeah. I'm glad you made it back safe and sound.
Yeah, I did. Which, going to San Fran, that was like about 6 hours. Coming back was about 5. And we'll touch on this later, but I recently played the new raid of 8.3, and I
What's it called, Ny'alotha?
Ny'alotha.
The curse?
Yeah.
The chamber
Ny'alotha
of secrets? I don't
doing
know.
something funky.
All right.
So I had like a good 6 hours to just sit and like think about what I just witnessed. And not only that, I cheated a little bit. I jumped to the ending and I watched the ending, and I have a lot to say about that. So without further ado, let's just get right into it.
Okay, so we're gonna get started. As usual, we usually start with Classic. We're gonna briefly mention Warcraft Reforged in between, and then we're gonna hear your thoughts on retail. And I guess it's good to save it towards the end for a couple reasons. One, it's retail.
Right.
Just kidding. But 2, I don't know if there's like a spoiler warning and what you want to talk about. So I guess we'll save that for the end in case people want to.
No, that's smart. Let's blame it on that. Yeah.
But so we'll get into Classic. Again, I'm getting over a cold, guys, so I apologize if my voice is a little raspy. But we're gonna get through it. BWL is coming out in 2 weeks. I am mega excited for that. It's kind of like that excitement of going back into Molten Core, because BWL for me is also very nostalgic. In a way that MC and Onyxia were nostalgic for me when I played them in vanilla. Come AQ, Naxxramas, that's going to be different because I never had the opportunity to raid those, so I don't have those like nostalgic feelings towards those raids. Maybe a little bit so in Wrath when we did Naxxramas in Wrath, but different expansion, so you're going to have to approach it in a different way. I know a lot of the bosses are the same. I mean, I know all of the bosses are the same, and I think most of the strategies are exactly the same too, but it'll be cool to experience that in like a classic format. Same thing with ZG. I did ZG as well. So, but yeah, BWL. Just going back to BWL. Got our attunement done. Did you do that on your rogue? I don't even know if you.
I don't think I did it.
Oh, you didn't do
rogue.
Ubers with us. Okay.
No.
But I got attuned on both my characters, so I have my 60 Pally is good to go for BWL, and my level 58 Druid is good to go for BWL.
Hell yeah.
Which is funny. Speaking of the 58 Druid. I'm attuned for Onyxia, I'm attuned for BWL, I'm still not attuned for Molten Core. So I got to turn that quest in, but we did it on Onyxia Pug last night.
Yeah.
I was the top healer. Level 58, Feral Druid was the top healer.
You didn't respec?
I'm like Feral Resto, I'm like a hybrid spec, so I'm not like full Resto. But it's just funny, like, how did I out-heal everybody at level 58?
What else was in like, your pug group?
There were like 4 or 5 priests, there were holy paladins, there was one other druid, but he's feral too.
Okay, so he was actually DPS and you were on the heals.
No, he was healing too.
Oh my god.
Yeah, but I don't know, man. I mean, I have like 350 plus healing, which maybe some of those 60s don't have. It was just fun. It was like a meme. It's like you're getting out healed by level 58. Like, what's going on, dude? These priests have benediction. These pallies have like judgment and lawbringer gear on, which, you know, not necessarily is best for plus healing, but still, like, what are these guys doing? It's a
what
pug.
Is this, amateur?
It's a pug. What are you gonna expect, right? But yeah, just I went off on a little bit of a tangent there. But yeah, it's funny that like that character's attuned for BWL, Onyxia. I still got to get to attune for MC. But yeah, super excited. BWL's coming out. Class quests in the Dark Moon Fair are also coming out that same week. So those are a couple things to look forward to. Tomorrow, they're adding some kind of like patch, or well, I don't know if you want to call it a patch. They're adding some changes to Classic to fix AV.
Thank God.
And some things with the honor system. Let me take a little sip here.
Here we go. Rev it up. It's about goddamn time.
And I like the way that they worded it was improvements to AV. Really? Improvements? Well, I guess anything would be an improvement at this point. It's like when you reach rock bottom, you can't go any further down. So you got to do something.
Listen, man, you just got to polish that turd. Try to make it look as good as possible.
So so I guess they worded it improvements to AV and I guess like just ranking in general. So that's going to include honorless targets are going to become unlootable to prevent tunnel camping, like in AV, when people just camp your tunnel. So if you're an honorless target, they can't loot you. Okay, big deal. It's not like the Horde are running back to their base anyway to turn in armor scraps when they're already in our base, but okay. Parties of 5 can now queue together. That's actually kind of cool. Yeah. I like that. We'll see how like the organized discords for the pre-mades, how they're going to handle that. I guess what they're going to do, they're all going to break up into parties of 5, and I guess they're still going to queue together. And then I guess they'll just see how many games they could get in together. So like if you're in a 5-man group and you could get in with like 2 or 3 other pre-mades, there's still a good chance you could win, because if that group of 15 or 20 people know what to do and they're just like going down the map doing their thing, like, yeah, you still have a good chance of winning.
Right.
I mean, in most games, there's 10 people AFKing in the tunnel anyway. So it's like, you know. But yeah, well, I'm interested to see how that's going to turn out. But I am excited to be able to queue with 5 other people now, because we usually know what we're doing in AV. It's just everybody else who just like kind of stands at Stonehearth Graveyard and is like, shut up, Mimsy! You know, it's like,
I can't.
I can't, you know. We've been watching a lot of South Park.
Oh my gosh, yo, that got me through all of San Francisco. Like, I flew JetBlue, and they have the television streaming service.
Yeah.
And I just watched South Park for like 3 days straight.
We've been on a good South Park kick.
Yeah.
But yeah, you know, Nathan and Mimsy, we just saw the episode with them at summer camp. So that's one of my favorite episodes. It's like
it's so bad
an homage
like,
to like old cartoons too, like Looney Tunes or Merry Melodies. You know?
Yes, you have to tread very lightly when describing that episode.
Yeah. They go to summer camp. That's my description of the episode.
Certain characters go to summer camp.
But it's good. It's funny, man.
Yeah, it is just funny.
BGs will no longer be named. So Alterac Valley 1 through 300, you're not going to know what name of Alterac Valley you're in anymore. I guess again, if you're on Discord with a bunch of people, you could say like, yeah, I'm in, look for me, look for my character name, and you'll be able to say like, oh, okay, I'm in this AV with pasta. Who else is in this one? Right. You know, so there's a way around it, but yeah, I mean, I guess that does prevent people from queue dodging, which is what's been happening to the Alliance,
right?
Especially with the pre-mades. So what happens is like you'll enter AV, and you'll see 40 Horde and 7 Alliance. And the game starts, and you're like, where the hell is everybody? And you realize what happened. The pre-mades queued up together. They're all on Discord. The AV queue pops up, and they're all getting different numbers. So nobody enters the queue, they leave the queue, and then they re-enter. So that's why Alliance pugs are getting, screwed over because of the pre-mades. So as a result, that's another thing that they're planning to update. The BGs will not start with fewer than 20 people going forward.
Thank God.
So now it's going to be 40 Horde and 20 Alliance.
Hey, it's better than what it was.
Yeah, I guess it's better than 7.
That's all I'm saying.
And the other thing that they're changing is that currently when you kill somebody repeatedly, each time you kill them, you gain 25% less honor per kill. There's diminishing return on the amount of honor that you get. They're lowering that percentage to 10%. So you'll technically, if you're repeatedly killing somebody, you'll get more honor now.
Yeah.
Because the diminishing return is less.
I don't know.
So I think this is good for Battlegrounds, because you could get more honor in a Battleground now, I guess, apparently, if you're killing the same people over and over again.
Yeah.
But I think it's terrible for world PvP.
Yeah.
Because it just incentivizes, I can't say that word right now.
It just encourages corpse camping.
There we go. It encourages you to kill the same people over and over again.
Yeah.
Yep.
Which, I mean, is just so toxic. So why would you do this?
I don't know. Like, did they have world PvP in mind when they did this? Like,
I guarantee you no.
I think it's fine in Battlegrounds, because again, especially Warsaw Gulch, when it's 10v10, you're killing the same people over and over again.
Hey, that's fine. I completely agree with you in those regards, but it just, I mean, especially if the Horde has such horrible queue times still, it just encourages them to keep camping the flight points.
Which is what they do.
They do it anyway, but now it's just an even bigger incentive to do it.
Yeah. Which
I completely disagree with this point. I think this is just going to make world PvP an even bigger shit show than it already is. I'm glad they're fixing a lot in AV, but they just trashed world PvP.
I mean, we'll see how it's affected. Yeah, I think I feel like we might see more world PvP again as a result of this, because I think less people are going to be queuing for AV. I've already seen whispers of people saying that, like, oh, they're prepping to get back into Warsaw Gulch again. Okay. So they're getting their teams of 10 together to do Warsaw Gulch, because that might be better honor for them now going forward, because they know that they could enter that battleground with a full pre-made. Mm-hmm. They could queue up with those 10 people, whereas in AV, it's going to be a little bit harder to get into that pre-made group. Leveling on Grobbulus, my druid's level 58, so you're level 54?
Yes, I'm 54 now, yeah.
So we got into that stage where we are worth honor for level 60s, obviously. Right. and we're trying to level in these zones. And from what we could tell, like there are always horde camping the flight paths in Morgan's Vigil, Chillwind,
Yes.
Western Plaguelands, Eastern Plaguelands as well, Light's Hope Chapel, Thorium Point.
Yeah, that's a big one. That is a big one.
Where else? Gadget Xantanaris hasn't been that bad. Silithus was fine the few times I've been there. Ongoro Crater has been okay. But I think those are like the...
Ongoro Crater surprised me. I thought there was going to be huge all-out war, just especially for the Devil Sores.
I mean, I guess because most people who are farming them have moved on from the Devil Sword gear.
Right.
So, yeah, we've had no problem farming Devil Sores on Grobbulus.
I got the gloves.
Yeah.
I know. Denny was kind enough to round up a bunch of other players who, again, were just so sweet to help me craft.
Aw.
So thank you.
Denny's like that. He's kind of like the, I don't know what the word is. He's like the uncle or the dad. He's like gathering everybody together, forming groups.
He makes the connections.
He's taking care of us, Oh, I got this, the DM book for you, like things like that.
Very sweet, very sweet. So thank you, thank you everyone for your help as always.
Yeah, shout out to Denny, shout out to everybody on Grobbulus. The guild that we're in is called Tribe. We made alts there because our buddy Tuna Tornado made that guild called Tribe, so we're all in it, and quite a few people from Faralina have moved over, like Loctite, Zoolace, a bunch of those guys who were in like Home and Aftershock have moved over too. And I love those guys. Those guys are freaking rad. So it's cool to see like other cool players who like are knowledgeable about the game in a non-toxic way, come over and make alts with us as well.
Hell yeah. Well said.
I really appreciate that.
Awesome.
So yeah, we've been having a blast on Grobbulus. I do still play my Paladin, don't get me wrong, I still play on Faralina. There's like this term raid logging, where you just log on to raid. And like, I'm not fully in that stage right now. I still log on my Pally to farm gold in Dire Maul East, but yeah, primarily I log on to raid. Because, I feel like there's not much else to do right now besides raid and farm gold. That might not change when BWL comes out. I'll just be raiding more, but or maybe farming, farming for gear or enchants. But yeah, I've had fun on Grub because a lot of us are leveling and like getting close to 60 and like getting into those late end dungeons that are really fun, like BRD, Skolo, Strat, which I haven't done yet, and I think we should do. Blackrock Spire, lower and upper. Like I love those dungeons. They're so iconic and so much fun to run through. So I've just been really having a lot of fun with that.
Yeah. And my whole thing is because the late game content, it's a lot of higher risk, higher reward, so to speak. When you wipe, it takes you 15 minutes to get back to where you were. And I think that's what triggers me the most and makes me read the most, especially in those dungeons. If somebody pulls one too many, that's it.
Yeah, Blackrock Depths, the corpse run is long, then the dungeon itself is so long.
Yeah.
But I guess that's like one frustration I have playing a druid is I don't have a traditional res. I could res once every half hour, and that's really annoying to me. Because like, I just can't let anybody die, or else I can only res them once every half hour.
Right. Yeah.
But we were in a group last night. It was me, you, Denny, Maria,
Tuna.
and Tuna.
Yeah.
And Tuna and Denny are both engineers, so they both have the goblin jumper cables.
Hell yeah.
So 3 of us were dead, right?
Yeah.
3 of us were dead. The 2 hunters survived. So we did a little res chain. It was really funny. So Tuna put on his cables and he resed me. It worked. Then I battle res Denny. That worked, obviously. There's no fail rate for that. And then Denny put on his jumper cables and resed you.
Yeah.
And I thought that was like a really funny like res chain
going
on.
It was cute. Yeah.
You gotta get crafty with when your druid can't res everybody in the group.
Hell yeah.
I gotta like really pay attention to healing, man. Is Belle in the room?
Belle? No.
Oh, I saw you looking down.
No, I'm sorry. I just constantly look over just to make sure everything is still recording.
I thought the cat came in the room.
No. I just I get paranoid. I always make sure like everything is
yeah.
recording. You know, once we get, because the piece of equipment that I want to get is handheld. So once it's really cool. It's like this really nice compact device. So as soon as we get that, I mean, it'll probably be like me looking at my phone. But it's seriously, it's nice, tiny, and discreet, as opposed to this setup, which is not ideal. We are recording through a camera. We're recording audio through a camera.
Well, you know, when you're starting out, you got to make do with what you got, right?
Hell yeah.
You got to start small and work your way up.
Hell yeah.
Better than the opposite, starting massive and then, you know.
Burning out,
Yeah. So, that covers a lot about what we wanted to say about Classic. The Lunar Festival is live right now, which surprised me. I totally forgot that was a thing that was coming out. Was it? Yeah, we were in BRD
it was me,
last night, and we went into the arena of BRD, and there's a lunar elder there. And we were like, what the hell is this?
Yeah, I was like, who the hell is that guy?
That guy's not usually there. But yeah, so it's cool seeing the, like, you know, world events in Classic. It's something else to do for people who are, like, you know, complaining that there's not enough content right now in Classic.
Right.
If you want, you can find all the elders, you get those coins, you get reputation with your faction, and you can get some fireworks.
Yeah.
Yay, fireworks.
Yay.
But I think we covered a lot about Classic. Is there anything you want to add?
I just want to add, I mean, I just found these. These are pretty cool. My family is doing a really big move, and, you know, I'm moving out of my childhood house, and everybody's moving, and I'm just finding a lot of old things, and something that I recently found was old World of Warcraft strategy guides. So there was this one that I found, which is, like, so cool.
Is that the dungeon companion, or that's
no?
just,
This is just a strategy guide.
Oh, that's awesome.
But then I also found one for Burning Crusade as well.
That may come in very much in handy.
I really do. I hope so.
Oh my God, I gotta look through that.
Yeah, it's so cool.
What does it say in the back? Through the dark portal?
Yeah, through the dark portal.
Oh, that's so cool, man.
Yeah.
That's awesome, and they're in really good condition.
Thank you. That was something as a kid that, like, I guess not a lot of people understood about me, but I knew growing up I would appreciate it. Every single collectible I had, every single toy, every single book, I tried to keep as in good conviction. Conviction, as good condition as possible. And
it shows.
I have to say thank you, younger me, because older me definitely appreciates that.
Yeah.
But
I like that a lot.
It's so cool. Look at that.
That's a relic. That's a blast from the past.
It is. Holy moly, dude. But yeah, that's kind of what I wanted to mention. I really hope the TBC strategy guide comes in handy soon.
Oh, I hope so.
Yeah.
But don't want to get too far ahead with Classic. I want to enjoy Classic. While it's here, while it is in the stages that it's in, because you know what I was thinking about the other day, and maybe this was like, you know, getting a little existential and everything, but like,
all right, hit me.
We're reliving Classic in a way. You know, it's emulating vanilla. It's not the same as vanilla WoW, but we're going through Classic in a simulated way that vanilla progressed.
Yeah, everything that's old is new again.
Right. So we're kind of going through the motions, phase 1, phase 2, phase 3. We're not going to experience this again.
Not for another 20 years.
Right.
Yeah.
Unless they, like, at the end of phase 6, maybe they'll start fresh servers again, or fresh phases of Classic. That would be cool if they continued to do that in, like, an automated way.
Yeah.
But, like, what we're going through right now, like, you gotta appreciate and enjoy it, because it's not gonna happen again. I mean, it might not happen again. So, like,
for a very long time.
Stepping into BWL for the first time again, and, like, raiding Molten Core with your guild, like, this is all, like, exciting and fresh, and, like, even, like, by phase 6, it's not gonna feel the way that it feels now. By phase 6, we're all gonna be worried about Naxxramas and getting, like, frost resist gear, or, like, God knows what, your reputation with the Argent Dawn. So it's like, just try to, like, you know, every now and then I try to hit pause and just appreciate what's going on in the game right now, and like I don't think I complain too often.
No,
you know,
no.
you just gotta roll with the punches and just kind of accept things and just ride the wave.
Hell yeah.
So
You just gotta stop and smell the fell weed every now and then.
That's right.
Yeah.
smell that plague bloom.
Ooh, it's dank.
But yeah, so, you know, we're not going to get a phase 2.5 of Classic again.
No.
Maybe some people will be happy about that. But, yeah, just enjoy it while it's going on. That's all I could say.
Oh, yeah.
Moving on, Warcraft Reforged is coming out today. By the time this is released, it is the day that Reforged is coming out.
Today's the day.
Today. Which, I feel like the timing is kind of weird to me, because like I almost forgot it was coming out tomorrow because of everything else going on. Like thinking about BWL, the Mythic Race to World First is starting tomorrow as well. Like there's a lot going on at once in WoW. I feel like sometimes like we go through lull periods where nothing is going on, and then all the stars align and then everything's happening at once.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Did you pre-order Reforged?
Yes,
You did?
because I got
Cool.
the meat wagon.
Oh yeah, the meat wagon.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to playing it. I really am. I really want to do the campaign mode and finish it. I never got a chance to finish the campaign mode in Warcraft 3. I think I passed the undead section.
Ooh.
But yeah, I'm really looking forward to that. Hopefully I'll stream some portions of it. And,
Hell yeah. I'll play too.
But yeah, I'm excited. Like the graphics look great. Reliving that story. The story's amazing.
So cool. You could tell a lot of love went behind this.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm really excited, and finally today's the day.
Today. So if you are playing Warcraft Reforged or you're interested in it, it is coming out today. So keep an eye out for that. I'll certainly be watching people playing it when it first comes out as well. I already saw my buddy Corey is going to be playing it.
Oh, hell yeah.
A bunch of other people. So I'm excited about that.
Cool.
And yeah, okay, so moving on to, I guess we'll talk about retail now. The Mythic, Mythic Dungeon's coming out tomorrow.
Hell yeah.
As is the Race to World First. I know Method is doing their event. Limit is doing an event as well in conjunction with a few other guilds. But I'm excited to watch the events. I love watching those 24-hour streams going on.
Those grinds, yeah. No, it's really fun and really entertaining for retail. My question, though, is this is all going to be on Twitch, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because, YouTube just mentioned how...
Oh, YouTube will now be hosting, like...
the Warcraft stuff.
Blizzard esports, right?
Yeah, just everything Blizzard esports.
Yeah.
That's Overwatch. Overwatch is a big
yeah.
one. And I'm assuming it's eventually going to be...
Well, the Method event is not an official Blizzard event. It's the Method organization themselves running this event.
So that's how they get around it.
That's how they get around it, yeah. Same with, like, Limit, those are not official Blizzard events. So that's how they... But if they were under that umbrella, yeah, I guess they would have to stream on YouTube. But
interesting.
yeah, we a lot of rumblings with YouTube lately. Like acquiring the rights to esports and like gaming and stuff like that on YouTube Gaming.
Yeah.
Curious to see how that's gonna impact numbers on Twitch. I feel like we could have an entire podcast talking about Twitch versus YouTube.
Right. Hey, I wish them the best. I think for far too long it has been one venue reigning king. So I would personally love to see competition and what new, I guess, outlets would have to offer. So yeah, more power to them. I'm looking forward to it.
We're changing it up. We'll see what happens. But yeah, maybe we should save that for like next week's topic, YouTube versus Twitch. I'd love to talk about that.
Yeah, absolutely.
'Cause I have a lot that I could say on that topic, but we'll keep it concise this week. I don't have much of a voice. But although you're going to be doing a lot of the talking right now.
I am. I am revved up about this.
Toss the ball in your court.
Ooh, I am so revved up. So yeah. Okay, so mind you, I was on a 6-hour flight with a screaming baby when I wrote all of this, so just forgive me as I try to make sure it's all coherent. And like, dude, I'll say it once, I'll say it 1,000 times, man. I will pay extra to make sure I am not on a flight with a baby.
Do you think they should have, like, designated seating for children? Like, you know how they have handicap seating? Well, or, like, even pregnant woman parking? They have parking for pregnant women. Like, why can't they have seating for children?
Here's the odd thing that I don't understand. When you have a toddler, yes, you know, you have their little carrying case that you bring on board.
Yeah.
But they technically don't have their own seat. You have to sit them in your lap.
No.
Yes, you have to sit them in your lap.
No, that does not seem safe.
If they're like 4 years old, then yes, they sit. But if it's a baby, they are just always in your lap.
Even during takeoff?
Yes, it's a baby. I know.
Yeah, but you're supposed to like stow all of your items.
No, I'm sorry. You're right. You just put them in the over carry-on case.
Yeah, or under the seat in front of you.
So you close it. You say, okay.
That
Todd,
doesn't seem safe
good
to
job.
me.
Buckle
Having a
in.
baby on your lap during takeoff.
Thank you. It could be different. Correct me if I'm wrong, but for the majority of the flight, that baby is in your lap, which I can go on for days. I could go on for days on how I don't think babies should be allowed on flights for safety reasons. Not for my sanity, which I love my sanity. It's just sheer safety reasons. Like, I get so much sinus pressure taking off and landing. I can't imagine that tiny little baby not experiencing pain like I am.
Think about health reasons too, like especially newborn babies, they're very prone to sickness.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, no, absolutely. And, you know, of course there's occasions where you just can't help it. You're, of course, going to have to put that baby on that flight. You know, maybe there's a family emergency. You know, I'm not talking about that. I'm not taking that into account right now. I'm just solely saying, like, if you're just traveling with a baby for pleasure, just like that poor fucking baby, dude. Like, that takeoff and that landing must wreck their ears every time.
And here's another thing. Again, not to go off on a tangent.
Total tangent right now.
You know what pisses me off?
Yeah.
When I see families, it's like husband, wife, and their baby, and they go on a trip to Disney or something, or like frickin', you know, wherever. Let's use Disney as an example.
Okay.
Why are you bringing a 1-year-old to Disney?
They're not going to remember it.
They're not going to remember it. They can't go on any rides, really. And if they do, I guess you have to hold them and they're on your lap. You're not going to have fun because you have a baby with you. Like, what is the point?
That's a really good point.
What is the point? That really grinds my gears.
I think the point is to get yourself holding your crotch goblin right next to Mickey Mouse. And just be like, look how much fun we're having.
Yeah, like, the parents aren't having fun.
Yo, those corn dogs, though.
And the baby doesn't remember anything. And it's a struggle to bring a baby anywhere. And a toddler, you know, I don't know, guys. Let us know in the comments what you think about that.
Grinds my gears, too.
Like, do you agree? Do you disagree? Have you traveled with a baby? Like, it's tough.
Yeah.
We're not hating on babies. We're just saying
we're not hating on parents.
It's very challenging.
It is so tough.
You can't look away for a second.
Oh my God. I won't go off on a tangent, which I already have. I won't go further deep into this tangent, but you can tell I'm already fired up.
Okay, next podcast we're talking about Twitch, YouTube, and traveling with babies.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's go back to your raid reaction to 8.3.
I just want to take you guys through the history of me playing WoW. I miss Cataclysm. I miss WoD, and it finally happened. It finally happened where I finally got stuck in a bad expansion. I just missed all like the controversial ones just due to sheer dumb luck.
Sheer dumb luck.
But I finally I finally got stuck.
You finally got caught.
Yeah, I got caught. And I gotta say, I'm not mad. I'm just really disappointed. It was just, I guess, honestly, it just seems like this is the end of BFA, which good riddance, but it was just so much buildup for very little payoff, and it
sounds like Game of Thrones.
Dude, I mentioned Game of Thrones in here.
Whoa.
So buckle up, buckaroo.
All right, buckle up.
So first of all, I hope they fix this at least by today, tomorrow. But as soon as everyone in our old retail guild entered the new raid, the cinematic didn't play. And there is a cinematic of Rathian going in and trying to kill a Ny'alotha, and a lot of spoilers. I'm going to try to keep it nice and concise so that if you haven't done this yet, I'm not going to spoil it too much for you. But none of us saw that. None of us saw that.
That sucks.
So all of a sudden, like, Rathian is just like right here, and we're like, oh, okay, hi. How are you, good sir? So there was that. We accidentally started on heroic and not normal, and we didn't realize for like a half an hour, and heroic hurts.
You're like, wow, this first boss is hard. Usually the first boss is kind of easy.
I know, I was like, wow, man, like I'm like in the top 4 DPS too. I guess, oh man, like this is really tough. I could dig that. That's okay. No, it was heroic. We were starting off into heroic. What freaking dumbasses.
Nobody in the raid noticed either.
Nobody noticed.
I love that
until
nobody
like
noticed.
The 5th attempt, and we were like, wait, hold on, there's a mechanic that he does that's only in heroic that's not normal.
Oh my god.
So we're in heroic.
Oh my god.
And we were like, oh my god. So we wasted half an hour, but as soon as we switched to normal, we beat him right away, and we worked up to 4 bosses. So we beat a total of 4 bosses, which were pretty cool.
Nice.
Hold on, I just want to pull up the names of what we did, because apparently there are different paths that you could go through. So we did Rathian, we did Mott. What
are you saying?
Mott. The boss's name is Mott.
Mott.
And I feel like because I have a New York accent, it's just gonna come
It's
up.
funnier.
Yeah, you want to battle Mott?
It's time for Mott.
And I genuinely really enjoyed Mott. There were a couple of trash leading up to him, which it was a lot. It was a little overwhelming, but it was teaching the mechanic of that boss.
Okay.
So
they kept that trend of teaching the mechanics.
Yeah, exactly. They kept that trend, but again, it was a little too much trash. But that's whatever. We killed Prophet Skitra. I sound so goddamn old. We killed the Prophet, and then we went to the soccer boss, which I guess is the Dark Inquisitor.
Okay.
I really loved the soccer boss. That was pretty cool.
Nice.
So I had a blast with that. Mott was a bit of a DPS check. Mott. I love saying that name. Just why would you name that after an Egyptian god? You named it Mott.
Mott. It's like,
why?
like Nan, the nanny.
Yeah.
Fran the nanny. Guys, Mr. Sheffield.
Oh, Mr. Sheffield.
We're on the Mott boss.
So yeah, we had a blast with that. I'm ranting about spatial awareness for a little bit, which I feel like that is the main number one challenge in every single boss fight in retail, is just spatial awareness. If you are like 85% of the time, I'm dying because one of my teammates is too close to me because they're too dumb to move 2 steps to their left. Like, I'm like, all right, am I gonna move? Are you gonna move? Okay, and I'm dead.
Okay, I guess I'll move to the ground because you killed me.
Yes, and I'm dead.
Great.
So yeah, there was that, but it was fun to be back. I really did. I thoroughly had a great time with that. And overall, I feel like me as a player, I'm happiest when I'm playing both sides of World of Warcraft. Excuse me. I feel like I'm happiest playing both sides of World of Warcraft, not just classic and not just retail. I love having it both ways.
Oh my.
So that was pretty cool. Okay, I'm ranting about the baby. Okay, that's a pretty long rant. Wait, what was it? Please help remind me. There was a secret weapon in a Legion raid or a Legion dungeon. Because I feel like we don't have enough of that, and I feel like there should be more
of that. You mean
of that.
like things that aren't listed on the loot table?
Yes.
Yeah, remember I had that drop for me?
Yeah.
What the hell
Is there
it called?
anything like that in this raid?
Oh, I have no idea.
Was there anything like that in BFA?
Any
Please.
secret?
Yeah, please comment if there was anything secret like that. I feel like we don't have enough of that.
I don't know.
Yes, I know it's a little bit more work for the developers to do, but it just adds another level of gameplay and just really creates another need to go back and to replay all the dungeons and all the raids just to try to get that secret item.
Yeah, like those shoulders you got from Legion.
Yes,
From
yes.
Emerald Nightmare.
Yes,
I forget
those
what they're
exactly.
called, but
oh god, I forget too, but they look so cool.
The leather shoulders, the
Yes,
red ones. Yeah,
they're like
those
red and spiky. Yeah.
Yeah, they're not listed
Love
on the
that.
loot table, but like people covet those items. They try to go, yeah, like you said, go back and get them.
Yeah.
To this day, people just go back to Emerald Nightmare for those shoulders.
Yeah.
So, like you said, it encourages people to go back and redo content.
Yeah, it's a replayable value.
Absolutely.
Which, yeah.
It's a great point.
If it wasn't in BFA, God, I hope it's going to be in Shadowlands. I think that's just a good idea, personally. So I had 6 hours on this flight with Wi-Fi, thank God, because we all know how I feel about long flights without Wi-Fi. I watched the ending of the raid, and this is the big old spoiler, so I'm going to give you a little time to click away.
Spoiler warning.
Yep, spoiler warning if you don't want to listen to this. So I genuinely wish I recorded my reaction because it was so short of a video that my jaw dropped. I was like, what? Like, that's it?
So I actually don't know any of this, so I am hearing this for the first time through you.
So,
I don't care about getting spoiled.
Yeah, all right, cool. So, oh God, it was just basically kissing the player's ass. This entire expansion was just ass kissing to the point of like it diminished the quality of the game. You get the power of Azeroth just all through your pores and you kill Ny'alotha. And you go Super Saiyan 5 and you kill him. And it's like, wow, great job. You did it. You're so special and so cool and wonderful. Wow, good job. That's the end. Like, really?
So you're not your raid group, you.
It's you in particular, your character in particular.
Kills Ny'alotha.
Kills Ny'alotha.
No.
Kills him. Which I have so many levels of beef with. Like, first off, I mean, yes, we've been somebody like me and you and the majority of the fan base, yes, we have been playing for 15 years and paying for this game for 15 years, so I would expect a little ass kissing with how much money I've spent on this game, but at the same point, like, World of Warcraft in general is just about coming together and killing that boss. Mm-hmm. Why am I going to have a special cutscene where you kiss my ass and say, wow, you did amazing. You were responsible for killing this old god who has been here long before you. Which, again, like Storytelling 101, I'll get into it. Storytelling 101, you never kill an old god. You just never do it because that's like the creepiness level to an old god. They've been here long before you have, and they will be here long after you. You can't kill an old god. That is Storytelling 101. You can lock it away, you can weaken it, but it's always going to be there. And that adds more storytelling later on. So you can bring back that character. You can reuse Ny'alotha if you wanted to. Completely destroyed that. Wow, cool, you're strong enough to kill an old god. Is anything going to stop me now? What's the point in playing this game if I'm almighty and if I am God tier, what's the point?
Yeah, are you above the Shadowlands now? Like, how does that transition into the next?
Good job, you beat the game. Like,
that's pretty much what it sounds like.
That's what it was. You beat the game. No, you can't kill an old god. So I just felt like,
and by yourself too.
Yeah, by yourself.
By yourself.
It wasn't like the power of your raid. It wasn't like the power of older characters reconnecting to use all of their powers, putting the faction war aside. No, nothing. It was you and you alone.
Oh, but you got the power.
You got the power of Azeroth. Ooh, woo.
So, I did see people tweeting about this, and I kind of deduced what was going on, but I was gonna wait for you to tell me.
Mm-hmm.
I see people tweeting like, take Naxxramas for example. It takes 40 adventurers to kill Kel'Thuzad.
Right.
And then you flash over to BFA, and you yourself alone kill an old god.
Yeah.
Like, just to put that into perspective. Like what is Kel'Thuzad? He's not a god. He's not an old god. Kel'Thuzad is like, whatever.
That is
He's a whatever.
I'm sorry, and I understand so many people have worked hard on this.
Uh-huh.
And, I guarantee you, every production you see, somebody or multiple people have worked hard and put a lot of time and effort into making that as good as they can be. But I gotta tell you, that storytelling right there was as shit tier as Game of Thrones. The final season of Game of Thrones. Really? Really?
And also, it reminds me of like this snowflake culture where everybody gets a trophy.
Absolutely, that's exactly it.
Like, oh,
to a T.
You're special. You're gonna defeat the old god all by yourself. You are very, very special. It's like, I don't want to be special. Like, go back to Classic again. You start out with nothing in Classic. You're this humble adventurer. You have the NPCs treat you like you're nobody. You're nobody, and I love feeling like nobody. I love feeling that way.
Yeah, so I hope, I hope in Shadowlands we just kick the shit out of us, dude. Just like take everything away from us and
like
be
garbage.
Like, yes, please. Oh my God.
Please. Everybody's a winner. Everybody kills Ny'alotha.
Yep.
Yeah, so from a storytelling perspective, it's also weird to have that in an MMO RPG because clearly everybody else has that ending except for themselves.
Yeah.
So how, like, I don't know, it just doesn't make sense. Like, hey, I killed Ny'alotha. No, I killed Ny'alotha. No, I did. It's like
it just doesn't. I'm sorry, it doesn't work for World of Warcraft. It just doesn't. You tried something new, good on ya, but it doesn't work. And please learn from that.
And also the unity of a raid group too, like the importance of getting together with 20, 25 people, 40 people, and banding together and completing this objective is another reason why I love WoW so much. It's just like you're all on the same page, you're all completing this goal together to kill Ragnaros, to kill Kel'Thuzad, to kill Ny'alotha.
You can't do that alone.
So you're killing Ny'alotha in a raid group, right?
Yeah.
With 25 other people.
But it's showing you do it alone.
But then you...
It's so half-assed. It's so half-assed. And I feel like with BFA in general, there were too many cooks in the kitchen, and they couldn't decide whether they wanted an entire expansion on a faction war or an entire expansion on old gods. And let me tell you, you could have had it both ways if you whole-assed one of those things instead of half-assed both of those things. So it just pisses me off to no end that this is most likely the end of this expansion. I just went on and said, like, I'm really hoping it's not. It's sounding a lot like it is, that nothing is going to come after this, and they're just going to hop right into Shadowlands.
Wow, so no content until Shadowlands?
That's what it's sounding like, and that makes me very concerned.
Yikes.
But knowing Blizzard, they like to play their cards close to their chest. So there might be some things in the works, just to add a little bit more content in the meantime. What I'm hoping is that ending was not true. What I'm hoping is that ending was a mind game of Ny'alotha. And because towards the ending of that raid, you reach 100 corruption. You reach full level corruption. And I'm just hoping that it was just some like mind game of him just being like, oh, you killed me. Psych, you didn't. I'm still here. Like there's another raid or like a small dungeon or something just to officially try to lock him away or to perform a ritual just to seal him up for good for now.
Well, have you thought about this? Mythic has not been released yet. Well, Mythic is coming out today, basically.
Right.
There have been situations in past raids, where Mythic dungeons are a little bit different than the heroic or normal. For example, the Gul'dan fight, I remember specifically. I remember watching Asmongold wipe on this over and over and over again with his guild, Mythic Gul'dan. In the Mythic difficulty, there's a whole nother phase that you have to fight him through. It's like a surprise phase. So just when you think you're about to kill him, no, you have to, like, he gets reborn or something.
Yeah,
like, I'm not explaining this correctly, but the point is there's a whole nother phase of the fight.
Yeah. Why is the boss music still playing?
Yeah, where's our loot? And I don't know if you remember the last raid to World First with Jaina, and Jaina hadn't died yet in Mythic difficulty, and there was like this rumor like, oh, she's gonna turn into a Dreadlord.
Yeah,
And then there's gonna be a Dreadlord phase.
Well,
so
you know what? That would make a little more sense, because the highest loot level that you can get is solely from Mythic raiding now.
Right, and that made me think about that. They've made Mythic a bit more exclusive in that regard. So are they also going to maybe add in a new cutscene or a new phase to Ny'alotha?
God, I hope so.
I hope so. I really do. Like, you know, like, would that save your would that redeem your thoughts on?
That would definitely redeem a lot of my thoughts, but I think the only way that it could end in a proper way, is to not kill an old god. Because again, you can't kill an old god because they're just really powerful and creepy. And again, very old.
That's why they're an old god.
If there was like a ritual ending to seal him away again, and honestly, like, okay, I just want to be real right now. I don't know if anybody else is feeling this like I am, but I want to see this kaiju-esque battle between Mother and Ny'alotha. I just want to see that. That's just like a selfish wish of just like, let them fight. Like, I just want to see that.
Well, here's another thing. You got me thinking now about this alternate ending. The sequence that you're talking about when the player kills Ny'alotha, that's not a cinematic, right? It's an in-game.
It's an in-game.
It's not like a CG
scene.
Yeah, it's like an in-game cutscene. It's not an actual cinematic.
Yeah.
So yeah, maybe they're saving the cinematic for the Mythic ending.
Do you think there could be an additional boss in the Mythic ending?
Maybe. I mean, we don't know. I secretly wanted Jaina to turn into a Dreadlord.
I did too!
Because it's like an Easter egg. Like, you're not expecting it. You think when they get her down to, what was it, like 4% or something?
Yeah, it was 4.
4%, it's over. No, she turns into a Dreadlord, or she ice blocks.
That
and
wasn't her all along.
She evocates herself, and now she has full health and mana. You know, like talking about those secret surprises. Like, I would love to see something like that on the Race to World First tomorrow.
Again, more secrets. More secrets.
Yeah.
I think that would just add so much additional gameplay to this game.
So maybe they're fooling us. Maybe, you know, they're gonna toss us a bone or something.
I hope so, because they just set it up so much where I'm hoping it's a mind game of Ny'alotha.
Yeah, I mean, the way you worded that, where you get full corruption, like, I don't know, it's possible. I love speculating on things too. You know, it's kind of like a conspiracy theory in a way. So
if not, I would be so let down. I would be so let down.
I would be a little disappointed.
And you know, like, I really hope that there's more to that, because that's just not enough. And I really hope that the writers don't chalk it up to the community being like know-it-alls and basement dwellers. While that is true,
special basement dwellers.
Yes. While that is true, the writing was shit tier in this entire expansion. And I'm saying that with like the most like love in my heart, because I really hope they learn from this. I really hope they take every shortcoming of this expansion into consideration. And you know, as crazy big and cool as World of Warcraft is, nothing has to be so jam-packed and over the top. You could really have a very simple story for an expansion. And that's what I'm suggesting. And instead of taking two ideas and cramming them together, just stick with one idea and flush it out. So, again, I pray for these writers. I really hope they learn. Because...
Well, look at Shadowlands already. It's a drastic change from what we're experiencing in the game right now. So...
Isn't it weird? Isn't it a little weird that every other expansion is awesome? Like, who is writing for the other expansions?
It really is every other expansion.
It really is. So, like, who's in charge of what? What are they doing?
I don't know, man.
I don't know. And it pains me just to be brutally honest, but this was not good. The writing was just not good.
We don't like sugarcoating things. We try to be as real as possible. If we like something, we'll tell you. If we don't like something, we'll tell you.
Right.
We're entitled to our opinion.
Right.
And we're always open to hearing your opinions, too. Let us know how you feel. Like, we read all the comments. Even if we don't respond to all of them, we do read all the comments. And we do appreciate people taking the time to listen to our opinions. That means a lot.
Hell yeah.
So, let's see what happens this week.
Yeah.
Okay, wait. How many bosses are in the raid?
I got it up right here. There's Wrathion Mwot.
Mwot.
I love saying that name because it's just so ugly. 3, 6,
Mwot.
7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
There's 12 bosses. So let me ask you. Will Mythic Ny'alotha die before we do our next podcast in a week?
No.
You think it's going to take at least one lockout to kill this off?
Absolutely.
That's a lot of bosses. So
absolutely. It's
I'm
a lot.
I'm going to agree with you.
Mwot is a DPS check.
Mwot.
As much as I love butchering his name with my New York accent, he is a DPS check. And right away, too.
Okay.
You can... There's different ways to navigate the dungeon, so I think you could choose to fight him fourth as opposed to second, but he's a DPS check, so that's potentially a wake-up call right away in the raid.
I love that consistency with raids. Going back to BWL, first boss, it's a little wonky. Razor Gore, somebody has to control the orb and crack all the eggs, but after that, he's pretty easy to kill once you get past the egg stage. Veilstraz, the second boss, the DPS check right away. So I love seeing those parallels. Is it intentional? I don't know, but right off the bat, kind of introductory, easy, quote unquote, easy boss, and then DPS check.
Yeah.
So
I like
seeing
it.
that.
Yeah, it's tough.
I'm really looking forward to watching the race.
Hell yeah, and seeing what drops too. I love that. I love blind boxes. Any sort of blind box with any sort of figure I love. So,
oh yeah, we've been sending you all our lock boxes.
Oh my god, and in Classic, I love it.
Yeah, okay. If you have a lock box that you need unlocked, and possibly if you just want to give her because she loves opening blind boxes.
If you have a lock box just lying around collecting dust, you don't want anything.
Send it on over to Moisandra.
Ah, yeah.
On Grobbulus.
Good old Moisandra.
Moisandra.
Watching the guides for these bosses like Hazel and Fat Boss, they look really challenging, just for me at least. So I'm pretty excited to see how they're going to handle such a wave of difficulty, stepping up from just normal heroic mythic.
Yeah. And these guys have been practicing on heroic for the past week, and it's wild to me. I mean, they do this in classic too, but they have alts prepared to go into it as well. The preparation work that goes into it, that's my point, is top tier, and it's super exciting to watch.
That's crazy. I can't even think about leveling an alt in retail. I tried. I genuinely want to level a monk up because I got the name Doubtfire. And I made a Kultiran monk that looks exactly like Mrs. Doubtfire. So I'm just waiting for the day. Maybe in Shadowlands because they're going to reduce everything. And it's the leveling process is hopefully going to be a little bit more rewarding and a little less daunting.
Yeah.
But yeah. That's... It just looks so good. I wish I
She
could
looks
show
like
you guys.
Euphigenia, yeah, she does.
Named Doubtfire.
Doubtfire. That's great.
I got Doubtfire.
She got Doubtfire. All right. Anything else you want to add?
That's really it.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
I guess we'll wrap it up here. But before we complete the podcast, we do want to give a shout out to our patrons.
Ooh, hell yeah.
We've got 7 patrons. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 patrons so far.
Nice.
And already a handful of our monthly expenses are covered by Patreon. You know, like some stream things, some monthly subscriptions that we have, like our RSS feed for the podcast. That's covered by Patreon right now. So already it's making an impact. Link is in the description below if you are interested in pledging to become a patron. We've got a lot of special rewards that unlock if you do so. We've been sick the past 2 weeks, so we just created this like 2 weeks ago. So it's kind of sucks that we got sick right away and couldn't really do much.
I know.
But
so thank you for your patience.
Little by little, but I do want to give you guys a shout out. Our lucky 7 so far. We got Doug S, we got Cardum, we got Sean O, we got Chris T, Holb, KJX, and Spellslinger. Woo. So thank you guys so much. It means a lot. The support goes a really long way. And yeah, for those listening, we got a link, patreon.com/Warcraft Brew, if you want to check it out. I am very congested right now. I apologize.
Sorry. And if you want to support our channel in other means, or your channel in other means, we have a couple of t-shirts. So there is that as well. I think that should be in YouTube. You should see
under
that.
YouTube,
yeah,
or even on
YouTube.
the Twitch live stream in the description.
Which I've been saying it for a really long time, and I gotta, I gotta sit down one day and actually do it. I really want to make a Warcraft Brew t-shirt so that you could represent and support us that way too.
I know. Well, yeah, I want to get artwork done for the channel.
Yeah.
So yeah, pledging through Patreon will help contribute to getting professional artwork for the brew, and then we could slap that on t-shirts.
Hell yeah.
Cool.
All right.
All right,
thank
guys.
you.
Thank you again so much. Thank you for sticking around for these past 2 episodes where Pasta was sick, and now I'm sick. So hopefully the sick episodes are out of the way. We're done with them for now, for a while. We'll keep taking our vitamin C.
I don't know about that coronavirus. It's gonna sneak up.
Oh, Jesus.
I love how, I'm sorry to go off on a tangent. One of your friends thought that was a joke because it's Corona. It says Corona.
She was like, I thought that was an addiction to Corona. I thought it was a joke. We were like, what? Oh, Lordy. All right, guys. Gonna head out. I'm actually raiding tonight in Classic, so
Hell yeah.
I'm gonna get ready for that. Hope everybody has a great day wherever you are in the world. Great morning, great afternoon, great evening. Thank you for spending a portion of your day with us. I was going to say part and a portion at the same time.
Porter.
Thank you for spending part of your day with us. And we hope that it made part of your day a little bit better. And we'll see you next time, guys. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe.
Bye.
Bye.